Hey everybody, it's Alex at Motoroso.com, and in this video we are going to show you step-by-step how to install the Alcon Big Brake Kit for the new Ram TRX. Now we made a separate video about all the details of this kit. We'll put a link to that right here and in the description of the video. And then this TRX is not just any TRX. This belongs to former UFC fighter, podcaster, and stand-up comedian Brendan Schaub, and he's got an amazing build here. King shocks, Kibitech control arms, over 1,100 horsepower, Addictive Desert Designs bumpers, Baja Designs lights. It's extensive and it's really, really awesome. So it was a pleasure to help him with this. He's got a new YouTube channel called Toontown. We highly recommend going and subscribing to that channel as well and follow along with all of Brendan's shenanigans. If you'd like to buy this kit, we're gonna put a link to that right here and in the description of the video, and that link will take you over to Motoroso.com where you can shop with us. And if you find this video helpful, please do shop with us. That's what helps us make these great videos for you. All right, now let's go ahead and dive into this install.
Obviously, you'll need to get your truck up on jack stands and get the wheels out of the way. First, you'll remove these two 13mm bolts for the caliper. You may need a box wrench on the slider pin to get these loosened up at first. Before removing the caliper, free the ABS lines from their clips, then remove the caliper. Don't let it hang, you can support it on the lower control arm. Then grab a breaker bar and a 21mm socket to break these massive bracket mounting bolts free and remove the brake pad bracket. Now you'll use a T30 Torx to remove the rotor retaining bolt and slide off your rotor. With all your OEM brakes out of the way, we're ready to install the Alcon components, starting with the caliper mounting bracket. You'll be positioning this with the word disc facing out, between the spindle and the rotor, and then reuse the 21mm OEM bolts, which can be torqued to 220 foot-pounds. Then place your Alcon rotor, being sure to line up the hole for the rotor retention bolt and replace that bolt as well. Now apply a touch of blue Loctite to the supplied Alcon caliper mounting bolts and be sure to slide the washer onto these as well. You can now place the Alcon caliper over the rotor and thread the caliper mounting bolts in place. Torque these bolts to 90 foot-pounds. Now comes the toughest and messiest part of this job. You'll need the supplied banjo bolt and two copper crush washers, and you'll want to remove the red caliper plug from the fluid port. Place a tub under the OEM caliper to catch the brake fluid that's going to drain out. Using a 15mm socket, release the OEM banjo bolt. Now this part sucks a little. The copper crush washers from the factory do not just slide off, they have to be effectively ripped off. To do this, we used a combination of a hammer to pound the bolt through a little, then the screwdriver and dikes to cut, pry, and twist this little shit out of there. You'll need paper towels, gloves, eye protection, and patience to get this done, but try to get it done quickly to avoid too much brake fluid drain. Once the OEM banjo is free, use your new banjo bolt and a copper washer on either side of the fitting. Then line up the fitting and hose as we are here and thread your banjo bolt through and torque to 20 Newton meters. Don't forget to remove your OEM caliper from the lower control arm and place it safely in the nearest dumpster. So that's the passenger side completed. Of course, you'll need to now do the driver side following all the same steps, and remember to clip your ABS lines back in place. Before your brakes will work, of course you'll need to bleed the system. We're not going to make a brake bleeding tutorial video here. There's probably 100 of those on YouTube. Just remember to fill your fluid reservoir so it doesn't run dry, and make sure to do the passenger side first, then the driver's side. Also, the new calipers have a lower and upper bleed screw, so do the low one first and finish with the upper because air rises. We did this process twice and used a full bottle of fluid just to be certain the lines are clear of air.
All right, so we hope you found that helpful. Now, you do still need to bed the brakes in. After they've been installed like this, you gotta go out and run them through a few heat cycles, get it up to 50, 60 miles an hour, break down with moderate pressure about 5 times, about 45 to 60 seconds apart, and then do the same at about 80% braking pressure from 80 down to 5 miles per hour without coming to a full stop. Do that about a minute apart, get them really, really hot, cook them up, let them bond to each other, and then let that all cool down, and then of course the brakes are going to be ready to perform after that. If you'd like to buy this brake kit, we'll put a link to that right here and in the description of this video. That link will take you over to Motoroso.com where you can shop with us. And if you find this video helpful, please do. That's what helps us make all this happen for you. And if you'd like to learn all the technical details, check out the video right here where we go through all the specifications on this Alcon BBK for the new Ram TRX. Hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.